Where does NXT rank on your must-watch shows each and every week?
Well, sir, I don't know why you're asking that question. You know my list. You would know my list. But for our new listeners and viewers, let's go through it. Let's see if ours match.
Okay.
So it starts off first because of the novelty of wrestling being on Netflix with Raw.
Yep.
I mean, it's the flagship, right? And so I love the idea that I can watch my Monday night show in about 225. Let me shade under 230 now every Monday. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Look at the clock like, 9:30. Well, good night, hun. it's time to go to bed. Well, you and I got a morning show. So Raw, I have Dynamite second. Dynamite because it's the flagship show for AEW. And again, as we just mentioned, Dynamite is getting better. Raw, by the way, has always been solid under Triple H for the most part. The great combination of promos and wrestling. So Raw, Dynamite 2, and now 3 is interesting. You know, I think the three of us have said on the show that SmackDown going 3 hours is a no-go on a Friday night, brother. That is
not great.
Nope.
It's not great.
Nope. And there's a man here that loved his Rampage. Folks that had watched his Friday Night Rampage after Friday Night Lights.
Good. Nothing was better to go home. Yeah. Crack open a cold one. Have a Steve Weiser. Watch some Rampage. It was the perfect hour length. Yeah. Hell yeah. I miss Mark Henry telling me it's time for the main event.
I think I might be switching Collision and putting in the 3 slot and
really
4. Yeah. You know, Collision's been good. Collision. I've been in Carbondale. I'm there at Southern Illinois, and we're playing the UIC Flames are playing Southern Illinois. It was a day game, and I'm not leaving until Sunday morning on the train. Choo-choo on the Amtrak. You think this brother's driving 6.5 hours to Chicago from the bottom of this state? Absolutely not. So I got on the old choo-choo, the old Amtrak. But on Saturday night, players are back in. They're sad because we lost the game. And I'm just like, Collision's on. I never watched Collision live. Let's turn it on. What a collision it was. Holy smokes. That collision was amazing. I'm talking about from tip to tail. That was a great collision. I'm like, what? My God. You got a bleeding Mark Briscoe against Kyle Fletcher. You've got great promos and all that stuff. And I was like, it was a really solid collision. But SmackDown's 3 hours and Collision's 2. And I'm like, I'm starting to think I'm putting Collision 3 and SmackDown 4 lately.
Yeah, I still have SmackDown as 3 for me. I mean, it is where the WWE champion resides. So, the fact that Cody Rhodes is on that show, the fact that, you've got some interesting things brewing with, I don't even think they're calling them the Bloodline, the new Bloodline that's not the Bloodline anymore with Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. There are some good things there, but again, the 3 hours just kind of, just an overbloated show.
It's so funny because you and I appreciate a good Joe Tess quality broadcast.
Yeah. So good.
It's still produced well. It's just, it doesn't mean it's bad. It's 3 hours is such a slog.
Just too much. It's too much. Which is what, once they go back to 2 hours at some point this spring and summer.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then you're jamming through. I feel Raw's figured it out. Raw's not going the full 3 hours. Like you said, it's 222. Maybe if it's a longer show, it goes to 2.5. But that's kind of when you start hitting that exhaustion point of, all right, 2.5 hours. All right. And SmackDown just being 3 hours is tough. So in terms of the question, NXT comes in at 5 for me. If I get to it, I get to it. If I don't, I don't.
Oh, my list is longer because after Collision with SmackDown, then there's TNA.
Yeah. See, I don't have access. I don't have the channel in which TNA currently resides.
Folks, I just want everyone to know that Gabe could get it, but it's a punishment. It's a rib on me because I got to be the one covering TNA on the show. So TNA is I wrote down here TNA/other.
Okay.
Number 5.
Every once in a while, you throw on NWA Power.
No. You won't make me watch that. That is the shits. I'm not watching that anymore. No, sir.
God, remember when that was good? Do you remember when Power first hit YouTube?
Yes.
For me, it was I couldn't. It was almost above. I mean, Raw was. You want to talk about being down in the dumps? Raw was down in the dumps. I looked forward to. The first time, Power was actually a thing on YouTube. It's, I couldn't tell you the last time I watched it now.
The 10 pounds of gold series, all that was
Oh
just
yeah, with Nick Aldis and so good.
so good. But no, I can't watch that. It's bad. It's bad. And so it's so funny because casually, oh yeah, we're Good Karma Wrestling. Let's just have the lead from Smashing Pumpkins on, who's the NWA champion. Yeah,
Yeah.
just come on in, Billy. It's the lead of Smashing Pumpkins. It's the guy. He's like, yeah, sure, yeah, like
I-
yeah, because